Hello everyone. So today I'm gonna go through a couple more editing, and this edit specifically for the my shoot with Natalie last weekend. So I will go through the shoot for this picture and this picture as well. So these include these two pictures. Let's get started. So I use the VSCO game, and let's get started with this nice theater. It's a retro style theater. So I will use. So there are two things that I will use. If I see the green tone in the back, I will use the E6 or C9. C9 is more retro, but I won't use all of them. So I will just go through one with you. 8.9, I will go 8.9. Increase the contrast and remove the slightly a little bit. And then the tone and VSCO, they just had recently the update that they have the tone together with the highlight and shadow, so they group the highlight and shadow and the adjustment also, so the rotation also they group them together. And then I will use 2x3 for now, just for the Instagram story. So you can see the palm tree is still a little bit tilted to the side, so I will tilt it back a little bit so it's more vertical. And the right side seems more space right now, so I will just make it more to the center. And because the space from the left to right, it will be nice. And sometimes you can just adjust the tone a little bit because it was too warm. You can adjust -7 and increase slightly a little bit more. So that's my edit for this E6. So for C9 is too strong, I will just use slightly, probably 5.7 for this one, and probably 5.4 for this one. So that's my edit. And then how do I get the tone for this one, right? And then because the first couple one has a similar, I just copy and then paste the edit, and then paste the edit. So that's from my original JPEG to the edit. So the next one is the pattern shots. So I use the tablecloth, the vintage tablecloth. You can just buy it from the Amazon. So you can play with the lights. So I will use the HB2 for this one because it's a nice sunset light. And this one I will reduce the exposure so the shadow is stronger. And as you can see, the shadow is getting stronger as you reduce the exposure. Increase the sharpness also. And for composition, make it into 4x5 mode. So make it into slightly in the center. So make sure that both sides, left and right, has slightly more room from the both sides. So that's good. And there are two type of filter for this one. You can use HB2 or use A4 for this one. A4 is more desaturated with the brown tone, so it has a nice different tone with that A4 also. So it depends on what's your favorite. So I will just copy the edit and then paste it on this one. And I will, after the paste, I just need to adjust the temperature a little bit for this one. It was too yellow for me, and adjust slightly the angle. And for Instagram crop, you can do the 4x5, but make sure more headroom. So I will just crop it, make sure more headroom for Instagram. So that's it. That's how I did it for Instagram. And then copy and then paste edit to this one. So this one too bright for me initially. After I paste, and then I will reduce a little bit more. So, and the highlight save also. Let me double check the sharpness. So for this one, I will make it more symmetrical. So make sure that the eyes are nicely perpendicular. So I just adjust a little bit. 4x5 for Instagram. So let me slightly adjust. So make sure it is nicely positioned in the center. like that, and you can preview it in the, it's too tight, so I need more headroom for on top, so I will just place more headroom for this. Yep, so more headroom, so you can preview on the square format. If it's too, it was crashed, so I just reopen, and so this one, yep. So you can preview on the square format in the VSCO, so it is nice, and then you can save as actual size. So, and then I will copy this one and then paste to the next two. You can paste to the next two, and so the next two will have a similar style. So I will adjust the level a little bit, but not too much, and then make it into 4x5. Instagram crop has to be closer, so the tighter, because it's a close-up shot, the stronger for the this one. Let me reduce, so the warmer and then the colder, so it seems like a little bit cold will be good because it's the white lace in it, and I will reduce the slightly a little bit more exposure, and then let me preview on this one. So I will just make it up a little bit. Okay, so this looks good. Okay, and the next one, this one, I like the gap in this one, so I will increase the light a little bit for this one because the gap, and then perpendicular, and then 4x5, so that it's more focus on the eyes, because I like the flower with the eyes in this one, so it's nice. So you can just crop around and then play around with the composition, and the more you play around with the composition, the more on the fly you will know when you frame the picture behind the viewfinder also. So it's a nice practice that you practice the cropping. So this one is backlights. Backlights, I will use a different filter. I can use HP2 or E5. E5 has a more flare for me, so or HP2 is fine too. So I just reduce the exposure, highlight, and then sharpen it a little bit, and adjust the perpendicular, the level, and then 4x5 with this one, and just save it. So for some reason it's crashed right now, so just a moment. Okay, sorry about that. So because there are some, I don't know, probably not enough memory in my phone, and then it just crashed, it just stopped there. Okay, and then exposure reduce, highlight save, and 3.6. so adjust a little bit, and then make sure that it is center also, because Instagram feed you can leave the room left and right for more room, and I will have the increase the a little bit more exposure. I can reduce it slightly. Okay, so that's my edit number 1. And then for the sunset backlight, and if I want the HB2 also is good too, because it has more contrast style for HB2, but not, it has to go back brighter. for me. So it has a slightly different tone, but both of them have a different character in it. So, and the last one I will edit, I just choose this one, another backlight also. So I will use HB2 also, and reduce the exposure, increase contrast. I like the sunglasses Natalie has. It's nice. It's like the heart eyes emoji also. So, and I can still see a little bit more like this, and crop it closer so that it's more center. So 2x3 usually for the story, for the Instagram story post. And yep, that's it. It has some sunlight style. You can use A4 also. It's more retro and desaturated tone. And based on the poll in my story, most people like the more saturated color also. So that's it. I just trying to do some quick edits to show you guys my latest shoot. And thank you so much for watching all my videos and checking out my Instagram feed also. Thanks. Bye.